Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. I'm Sneha Bhardwaj, HR and consultant
Good
psychologist,
evening, ma'am.
and it gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to our day 6 of faculty development program. Over the past few days, we have been engaging in meaningful session with our experts, and today we continue the same spirit of learning and exploration. So without taking much of your time, let us move forward to our expert session for the day. And it is my honor to welcome our esteemed speaker, Mrs. Shikha Chamoli Sinha, DevOps engineer at Intuit, California, former data engineer at Meta, and also the adjunct faculty of CS at Southern New Hampshire University, USA. Ma'am will be sharing her insight on a very relevant and futuristic topic, which is AI integrated teaching tools and AI driven teaching platforms. So we look forward to gaining valuable knowledge and practical perspective from this session. Ma'am, we warmly welcome you to this session, and this virtual stage is now yours. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you for the warm welcome. And thank you, Speakingcube, Dr. Deepika Chamoli, for inviting me as a speaker in this wonderful workshop that you have been organizing. So, yeah, thank you so much, Sneha, for the appreciation and warm welcome. That was great. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me share my screen real quick. I hope my website is, my screen is visible.
Are you sharing the entire screen?
Yes.
Then you have to go to that tab.
Yep. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Do you see my slides? Okay. All right. Great. Okay. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you all attendees, and I welcome you to today's session. So today I am going to speak about AI integrated teaching tools and how we can leverage current AI tools that have been developed for teachers' assistants and professors' assistants in different areas of education. So let's get started. Sneha has already given me a nice welcome, but just to let you guys know a little bit about myself, I am professionally a computer science engineer. I am a software engineer by profession, and currently I work at Intuit as a DevOps engineer. So my area of expertise mostly lie in computer science, anything related to computer engineering. So AI is very current. We all have been hearing a lot of talk, a lot of tools about related to AI and about this AI revolution, AI buzz that is going on. And I'm sure a lot of you have already used ChatGPT or other generative AIs. For an example, Copilot by Microsoft or Gemini by Google. So I guess most of you are familiar, must be familiar with those. And it's great to have those tools at your disposal because no matter what your profession is, if you can increase your productivity using the AI tools, then you should do it because most of the world is now going towards it, and it is a great assistant for you in whichever professional area you work into. Okay, so okay. Why AI for education? Let me minimize this. Okay, why AI for education? So teachers spend 50% of the time on non-teaching tasks. So when we talk about teaching, be it school teaching or professional teaching or upskilling, if you're teaching any hands-on tutorial tech courses, for example, in my area, I do that. and professional courses in universities. So teaching is not only about the job of a professor is not only about teaching tasks. It entails, it comprises of many other tasks like grading activities, like posting discussions, posting announcements on whichever system you may be using in your university. Then a lot of paperwork could be there, a lot of content writing could be there, syllabus building, right? So there are a lot of aspects to teaching. Now, it all requires a lot of hours from your personal life, from your time, and how we can use or leverage AI tools that are available in today's world to minimize those hours and maybe reduce it and increase our productivity and make it work for us, make AI work for us to better do our jobs or duties. And students engage more with personalized interactive learning. So one of the challenges that we will discuss about challenges faced by professors and teachers in their profession, day-to-day challenges with the classrooms, with the students. So one of the challenges is interactive learning. So AI can also be a very useful tool to provide an interactive learning environment for both professors and students. And it can save you a lot of hours if used wisely. Now, I would like to discuss challenges faced by professors in their teaching. So I would like to keep this session very interactive, and I would like to do some hands-on with you guys. I would give you some demos. I will show you some videos on the toolings that you can use, and you can how you can leverage AI for better doing your job, increasing your productivity. So I want your participation to keep this interesting, not just listening and just going through the run of these slides that I'll be showing on the screen. So I really want you to let me know the challenges that you have faced. What do you think the biggest challenge is that you face day to day, and you think, oh, if this task gets automated, then it'll help me multifold, reduce the complexity of my job, or it'll help me simplify my job and save many hours of my time. So if you're listening, then could you please let me know at least one challenge in the chat? I would like to know your insights on this. So I'll give you a minute to do that. So any challenges faced by, what do you think is the biggest challenge faced by you in your profession that you think can be automated? And if automated by AI or something like that, the current technology, then it will help you simplify your job. Okay, so I'll just check my timer and I'll wait for you to write.
Participants have started responding.
Yes. So I've started my timer of 30 seconds. I'll start checking your responses. Okay, yeah. So Ms. Saloni writes, taking notes, summarize articles. Right? That's a great point. Taking notes, it's a big hassle, right? When we are in the meetings or when we have to sit for lectures, 1 hour long, 2 hour long, right? There's a lot, and we tend to zone out. Everybody tends to zone out. Nobody has that strong attention span that they will listen to somebody talking or speaking and with their screens for a long period of time. And we do not want to do that, but that's just human nature. That's how our minds work. Taking notes, summarizing articles, that's a challenge. Definitely multitasking. All right. Multitasking, yes. Equity and accessibility, correct. All right. Okay. These are some of the very good insights and good questions and the challenges. Okay. Yeah, so we'll talk about it. Okay, time management and workload. Okay, how to manage the time, right? We may end up wasting a lot of hours where we shouldn't have wasted the hours, or if we have some AI automated tools that could help us reduce the time in grading or designing new syllabus or designing the PowerPoint presentation for our class lectures, that will be so amazing, right? So so the challenge, time manager and workload. Challenge is grading, lesson preparation, admin tasks. They can eat up hours from your calendar. AI tools that you can use to automate these tasks. So I have been using it and I find it very efficient. I find it quick. It works like your own AI assistant, and that can help you minimize these hours and can do the job in maybe 3 hours of job can be done in like 15 minutes. So you save a lot of time. You can better use your save time for any other better activity. All right, so lesson preparation. Another thing that I've found using one of these tools is for my lesson preparations, the lectures that I earlier, without AI, that I earlier used, they did not have any updated information like real scenarios or industry real world examples, basically the real industry examples. So for an example, I already mentioned that I am from computer science, so I've been taking courses that are computer science courses. For an example, I recently took I taught a course in the university, computer networks and telecommunications. So a lot has changed. Every university course comes with a help book reference, a reference book, right? Which is the industry standard reference book. However, if that book was written, it's a really nice book. It has all the network fundamentals. Everything is, as it has been explained very nicely. However, it does not have all those real world scenarios in it that have been discussed, that have been devised, or that have been made available today in today's world, right? So those industry experience people that are using many tools, many network devices that we can use to better our performance and are scalable, are robust. So those are not mentioned in those books. So these generative AI tools, these AI assistant or AI powered tools, not only help us to design the lesson, PowerPoint presentations or videos or things like that, they also help us to integrate some real world scenarios, real world examples, which are current as per the current or latest technology. So that I found very interesting and I included in my lesson prep. That also makes the lectures less boring and more interactive, right? And if the students are paying attention, they may take some great key points out of that lecture. So I personally have used ChatGPT and generative AIs, and I often compare different generative AIs. So ChatGPT is um, as you know, right, is from OpenAI, basically Microsoft Copilot, right? Another Gemini is from Google. So it's also a great idea to, interchangeably try both of these because they both will give you sometimes different results. And you can take the best of both the worlds and just integrate it and combine it. If you're making your lesson plan, if you're making your PowerPoint presentation for your lecture, so you can use that. I highly recommend to use ChatGPT, Gemini interchangeably, and see what works best for you. Maybe combine both of them sometimes, whatever results they are giving you. Now, GradeScope. GradeScope is a very nice tool. So it's for grading assignments and exams. So I know that it has been a pain for professors, right? And it takes up a lot of time to do the grading. And if you have a big class, if you have like over 50 students or maybe 30 students, right, it will take a lot of time to individually check. It used to be individually checked earlier, but not anymore. You have AI assistant grading. very nice tools. So a lot of tools you can easily do without Gradescope or any thing like that, but you can simply do on ChatGPT. Let's say if it is an essay, and human interaction or human supervision is always advised. So I highly recommend that. It's not like, you can blindly feed the generative AI your question and then demand an answer. Do your work, do your work, and without checking or without supervising, that's definitely not advisable. So I highly recommend that it comes with that cautionary recommendation that you have to check it, you have to supervise it. It's just an assistant. You cannot 100% rely on it. It can give you wrong results. It can mess up the answers for the questions that you're feeding it. Correct? So your caution has to be maintained. Okay, so Gradescope, it's a very nice AI assisted grading for assignments and exams. Otter AI, Fireflies AI. I will just mention there are a lot of tools for doing the same thing. If you have time, you can try it out. They have their free trial, free version. A lot of them are paid for the better version, for the better features. So you can go ahead and try out. After whenever you have time after this workshop ends. So I highly recommend you checking some of those. And if you are not using ChatGPT or Gemini AI, which is easily available, right? You just need to make an account, and it's a free account. And I highly recommend you guys to start using it if you're not using it every day. It's really nice, and is much better than Google search for anything. Okay, but definitely you cannot rely on it 100%. You have to cross check or cross validate whatever question you have, whatever answer it gave you. And we will discuss and we will do some hands-on also. I will just not show you the slide. I will just not, only show you that this is this AI tooling used for grading and things like that. We will also do some hands-on. All right. So please be ready whenever you have time. Please go in front of a computer, and in some time I will ask you to do some hands-on so that you take some real value stuff out of this workshop, out of my session. Okay, so second challenge I believe is personalized learning. Now, if you have 30 students in your class, not all of them are the same. Not all of them have the same perspective. Not all of them have the same focus or same goals in life, right? So they have different needs, and usually we as professors, we do not have time to, adapt or make a personalized plan, learning path for all those 30 students in the class. We will just make one PowerPoint presentation or one lecture, one syllabus, and just give it to everybody. So I understand that we have studied like that. I teach like that too. But still, how can we make it better? If it is a little bit personalized, do you think that it will make your sessions, it will make your teaching more interesting to the students? I think yes, right? Because if the student is getting something that they are looking for out of your, session or lecture, then it's a success for you and for the student as well, right? And that's a very fulfilling thought. So personalized learning, AI can also help you simplify your job and create personalized learning for your students. And how to do that, right? How to do that? Challenges, it's hard to adapt lessons to diverse student needs. And in some classrooms, there could be some specially able children as well, right? Now, they are not able to, maybe they are not able to um, get your content as fast or as efficiently as several other students in the class, right? Maybe you are teaching a class of professionals who are doing their jobs during the daytime, and in the night they find a 1 or 2 hour to upskill. That's why they are taking your course. So there could be different scenarios, and personalized learning will actually help them get the worth for their money and time, right? And will end up making you a better professor, right? So the challenge is hard to adapt lessons to diverse student needs. Now, what AI tools can we use for personalized learning? Coursera Labs AI. I suppose you might have heard about Coursera. It's an online platform like Udemy, right? And people go there to upskill, to learn new skills. Professionals usually they go there to, or students can also go there to learn about. I personally, I'm from the technology field, so I have taken technology courses to upskill myself, um, some data science related course, and do some hands-on projects there, which is really good. It gives you very nice interface to learn and upskill your knowledge. So Coursera has also integrated the AI with their courses, and Coursera Labs AI can help professors to create personalized learning paths for different students in your class. It can suggest tailored learning paths. Now, Khan Amigo, Khan Academy, most of you must have heard about it. It's a big company, and it's known for its simplicity in providing knowledge about any concepts, right? So Khan Academy's AI tutor, that is also new, and it's picking up really fast because it's mostly free. And for teachers, it can help create personalized learning paths. It has quizzes, it has lessons, it has self-grade assignments, once or quizzes like that, automated graded quiz, automatic grading can be done if you do those quizzes, if you take those quizzes, etc. So it's very nice. It creates a very nice learning experience for students, and it's very interactive. Now, Socrative quizzes AI insights. It is also known for adaptive quizzes with analytics. Another thing is you must have heard about, which is really popular, Google Classroom, right? Now it also has AI integration now, and many of its features are available, which can help you create personalized learning. You have an option to create quizzes there, and there could be automated graded quizzes too. So you as a professor, as a teacher, you can go there in the Google Classroom and create automated quizzes. Next challenge, third challenge I felt is student engagement, right? If you have long lectures, and like this one, right? This is a 2 hours lecture. So people tend to, and we all tend to lose interest, right? We are not continuously listening, and that's human. So student engagement challenges to keep students motivated in the class and online, especially if it is online classroom. It has been a fact, it has been a known fact, right, that we tend to lose interest. We will go take our own breaks, and then we will stop for checking our mobile phones, or maybe we need a water break, or we need some other break. So the engagement is not there, and the teacher is talking, so obviously the purpose is not getting solved, and the student is missing out on the valuable content. So student engagement remains one of the biggest problems or challenges faced in teaching. AI tools, Nearpod AI, Peer Deck AI, interactive lesson creation. ChatGPT, obviously, ChatGPT is a one-stop shop. I feel, it at least it can provide you a lot of information about whatever problem you're facing or whatever question you may have. At least it can give you a path that, okay, do this, go there, maybe explore this path, and maybe you will find a solution. If that doesn't work, you can go to ChatGPT or Gemini again, and these are generative AIs, right? You feed your question, it will give you some answers. ChatGPT as a role play assistant makes discussions dynamic, right? Those who have used it would notice that obviously it is a dynamic um, way of talking to an AI assistant, and it will also remember what you asked yesterday or day before. So they are maintaining all that memory, which is in a way good if you are only asking professional questions, because then you do not have to tell the context, right? Because it remembers maybe 4 days ago you asked about simplifying or making a design for some course for let's say computer networks, right? And you just gave it a picture of your syllabus, that this is the current syllabus, how can I make it more interesting and efficient for my student, a diverse set of students in my class. And then I asked some other questions next day, then I asked some other unrelated questions, and fourth day I come back and again ask, okay, I need some more insights on my computer networks courses, and I gave you, or I fed you a picture of my syllabus. So can you give me some more information about chapter 6 from that? So it actually remembers, right? It is maintaining its memory and it knows the context. So it will start from there. So that's a great part, right? You do not have to go there and fetch the syllabus again, do the feeding again, and then start your next set of questions. So I think which is very optimal. It saves a lot of time and hassle, and very quick, very quick to get your query solved. So you should definitely use it. It simplifies a lot of work for you and increases productivity on a daily basis. Puzzle AI. This is another application that turns videos into interactive learning experiences. So now as a professor, if you want to make your own videos, that is possible. Like, you do not have to shoot it, you do not have to do video editing, but you can also now make your own videos. And maybe if you're interested, you can make your own YouTube channels and put your interactive learning videos with the help of some AI tools like Puzzle AI. And there you can talk about any concept from your course. So let's say computer networks. I want a video about protocols. There are a lot of networking protocols, and I want a video on that. What are protocols? Why are they used? What's the purpose? Things like that. So that is possible without you doing any manual effort, really. Next is challenges faced in teaching. Fourth, I believe, is assessment and feedback, because it consumes a lot of time, right? And you have to provide it timely because there is a deadline, right? As a professor, you are always given a deadline that you have to complete the grading, let's say by Sunday or by this time or by this date. And that is always a time crunch. Sometimes, that you will face before submitting your assessments and feedbacks. So providing timely, detailed, and fair feedback. Now, to each student, you have to provide a feedback. And also, while we are talking about assessment and feedback, there is also a big issue that professors and universities face, and that a lot of students like to do, which is cheating and plagiarism, right? So these are the related topics, and plagiarism and cheating, those kind of issues are related to assessment and feedback. So challenge is assessment and feedback for professors to provide timely, detailed, and fair feedback. Okay, and check if there has been any plagiarism or any kind of an integrity issue. So that can also be checked with the help of AI. Again, so a disclaimer, it comes with a disclaimer. Every AI tool, every AI assistant, it will come with a disclaimer. The company itself writes a disclaimer that you cannot trust it 100%. You have to use your judgment before you publish the result under your name anywhere that you have taken from any AI assistant, because it cannot be trusted. You have to supervise it, right? Most of the times it will be right, but every time you have to check it. It can be wrong sometimes. So yes, so while assessment and feedback, AI assistant or AI tools can simplify your job and save hours of your time. However, you still have to, use your judgment and supervise the results. Turnitin Draft Coach AI. So Turnitin is also used for plagiarism. That's a plagiarism checker. Suppose you have asked your students to write an essay about something, let's say protocols in computer networks. I'm just using it as an example. So it may be something else in your field. Okay. So Turnitin can also check if it has been plagiarized. Now, if the professors are using AI to their disposal, then students are also free to do the same, right? They can also feed their question and say, okay, please write an essay for me on this topic. And this, these are the guidelines, right? They can feed the picture, the whole picture. They don't even have to write. They don't even have to dictate. Now they can just simply take a picture of their assignment and, okay, do this. And I've seen some funny videos, like, people teaching students on YouTube that how to make your AI answers look human, right? So that is hilarious, right? So we are asking the AI to make our answers, make our essays look real or written by a human. So, students are also using it. So there is another kind of plagiarism nowadays, which is AI plagiarism, right? So students are using AI to write their essays. So that is why universities have come up with this guideline that if you have used AI, that is also plagiarism, and to solve your assignments, and the marks will be deducted, and those kind of policies also need to be taken seriously by the universities and by the professors while grading. So you should, if you're not using, you should use Turnitin, because a lot of students do that. Most of the students are doing that. Most of the students are much ahead in technology use than maybe some instructors, maybe some professors, maybe in some fields, right? So this is another thing. But you can also use, as a professor, the Turnitin tool, Turnitin AI application, to check for plagiarism and also provide feedback on writing before submission. Okay, there are tools like Grammarly, which is really popular. I guess some of you or most of you may have heard about it. Grammarly, it is used for grammar check, especially for any content writing that you are doing, any essay you are writing. Maybe you are writing a syllabus as a professor, or you are designing any guidelines or something like that. So you can use Grammarly application to proofread your writing and suggest better alternatives for your sentences, for your grammar, for your writing style. So it will do that for you. It will look very professional and very nice. So that is also one of the leading tools that people are using in the industry and also in universities. Gradescope, CrowdMark, these are another application. So I'm just listing some AI tools. These are applications, and most of them have a free trial version, or a smaller free version, and the rest of the major features are paid, but they're definitely worth checking. And these tools will help you increase your productivity, as I mentioned several times already, and reduce the time that you have to invest in your daily activities in teaching and grading, etc. ChatGPT feedback assistant. Exactly. ChatGPT can help in any kind of a question that you have. At least it can give you a path or insights on how to go forward, how to proceed. Now, fifth challenge I feel is tracking students' progress. Okay, you are teaching, you are grading, and then some students are getting good marks, some students are not getting good marks, etc. But still, the students who are turning in their assignments on time, who are doing an okay job in doing their assignments, still there is no guarantee that they have done it by themselves and they are actually learning something from the course. So there is a gap. There will always be a gap. There will always be a possibility, right? Especially if online courses are there, that is a possibility. So the challenge is to identify learning gaps and to provide support. So you, as a professor, you really care about your students' learning path and progress. So you have to think about, where can the learning gaps be and how to provide support. At least they should take something from my lecture. At least they should take something from maybe, the first month of the curriculum. They should have learned the key points, at least, if not everything. So AI tools that can help with this is Canvas Insights, Blackboard Predict, dashboards, AI dashboards for student performance. Yeah. So they have been studies that have been done, independent studies. And if we have any facility where we can see the scores that we are getting, right, especially in front of a crowd, then we tend to feel more accountable. That adds accountability. And if we are feeling accountable, our performance tend to increase, sometimes multifolds, right? So AI dashboards for student performance can be a confidence booster and also a performance booster. So with that in mind, you may try using Canvas Insights and Blackboard Predict, so that, just showing the path your students are going, in while they're taking your course. It will be very nice, and it may increase the productivity. It may increase the productivity in many students in your class. Now, Dreambox Math, adaptive learning data to flag struggles. So this is an adaptive learning AI assistant tool, and the students can log their struggles, the areas where they are struggling in your course path, and then can get some support from the instructor or maybe teaching assistant. Early alert system with ML, early alert systems with machine learning, predict dropout risks. So yes, in your classroom, there would be a dropout risk, right? Many of you might have faced it already. Sometimes in some courses, right, for one reason or the other, the student is not comfortable. They did a few assignments, they showed up 1 month, and for some reason, okay, they're thinking, oh, this course is too hard for me, and they don't talk to anybody, and they just drop out. Okay, or maybe they are going through some personal difficulties and challenges and think that the course is too difficult and they do not have plenty of time to learn anything from the course. So it's just better to take the course next time. So they drop out. It could be any reason, right? Personal problem and time crunch, or difficulty, the level of difficulty of the course. So there could be various reasons. So these are early alert systems with machine learning algorithms that can predict the dropout risks of your students, and which can help you, because a lot of courses depends on the number of students that are going to take the course. If there are not, in many universities, if there are not a certain number of students who enrolled for those courses, they will not run the course, and they will not give or establish a time on in the calendar, right? So these kind of tools have been made to do that, to solve that problem. Content creation. Now, as a professor, as an instructor, as a teacher, you have to do a lot of content creation. It could be about syllabus, it could be about any guidelines related to plagiarism or integrity or anything, right? Code of conduct, or for grading an assignment, rubric. There are a lot of important things that instructors and professors do, and write. There's a lot of writing involved too sometimes. So challenges to make slides, notes, quizzes, and examples, right? Another thing, while we are talking about content creations, making slides, notes, quizzes. So notes, if some of you are taking Zoom classes, classes, online classes on Zoom or online classes. So Zoom is one platform or one application where I know that they also have automated AI companion facility or feature involved there. If you click on AI companion, it activates the meeting notes. So now if suppose you are in a Zoom lecture and there are many people and everyone is saying something like that, it could be a meeting or it could be a lecture, and you do not have time to write down every important point, right? So there could be a lot of things people may be talking about during that 1 hour call, and you may not like grab, or you may not grasp everything that every other person is saying. So AI companion helps you. Once you turn it on, it will make the meeting minutes for you, the notes. um, Somebody saying something. Okay. I guess that was by mistake. Okay. If somebody has a question, then please let me know. Okay, my screen is not visible. Okay. Is my screen visible?
No, no, ma'am, not visible.
Okay, not visible. All right. Not sure why it suddenly stopped. Let me stop
Can
sharing.
you please go back to your
Let me stop
presentation?
sharing. Yeah, sure. I will do. Let me just, I just stopped anyway, and I'll reshare the screen.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think sometimes that there's a glitch in Google Meet. I see that, a lot of screens it shows. Maybe it's stopped. Okay. Not sure. All right. So I guess you saw the screen, right? So we were talking about content creation, making slides, notes, right? So I was talking about Zoom meetings. If some of you are using Zoom application for taking lectures and meetings, then if you turn on the AI companion on it, there's an AI companion button that shows on the bottom right. Once you turn it on, it will make the meeting minutes. The AI will automatically write that, okay, Shikha, this is what she said. It will summarize it very nicely and crisply for you. So you do not have to, you know, listen or read every word that I said, because a lot of it could be just noise and there could be like small 2 3 lines of main content there, main point that I'm making or any other person is making. So it summarizes the meeting minutes for you, um, which is a very important tool. I use it and it's very efficient. So you do not have to worry about every time writing everything. This person said this, okay, I have to do this. This is my to-do list that we just discussed. Okay, somebody asked you to do this task or that task. So those kind of things act as useful tools that can increase your productivity and save your time. All well. Everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sounds good. Because when my screen, yeah, just to let you know, guys, when my screen is on, when my PowerPoint presentation is on, I cannot see. It's in the background. Google Meet is at the background, so I cannot really see what's happening there. Okay, so please, Sneha, you be the in charge. Just interrupt me. All right, feel free to interrupt me if my screen goes invisible or if I'm not audible or any glitch happens. All right, thank you. Okay, content creation. So AI tools that can help. So Zoom has AI assistant, AI, that companion that you turn it on and then it makes the notes for you, automated notes. Gamma AI Tome auto generates slide decks. Copilot also does that, which is very nice. Quizlet AI Question Well. These are some tools, generates quizzes and study sets, right? ChatGPT, yeah, ChatGPT is like, you can at least ask it questions and it will give you the path, as I said several times. So that's why you see in all of the challenge solutions, it would write ChatGPT as one of the application that can help. So it can help you draft explanations, summaries, and case studies. Now, seventh challenge is language and accessibility barriers. Right? If some of you are taking online courses from foreign universities or maybe US based or Europe based universities, then you might have seen that. And those courses have international students, so students from world over. And there you face these challenges, language and accessibility barriers, right? Not everybody is a native English speaker and they might face challenges. So they have difficulty grasping the course content because of the language barrier. So how do you help those students? So the challenge is students with different languages and disabilities struggle. Okay. AI tools that can help you as a professor and that can help students as well is DeepL, Deep Learning, Google Translate AI. So it provides you real-time translation. So even if you're delivering your lecture in English language, then a non-native English speaker can also benefit from that. If they're using Google Translate AI, it will do real-time translation. And I personally used it. I can say that it's really good and it's becoming better. It's extremely good at this point. And they're constantly, making an effort to make it better. Speechify natural reader text to speech for accessibility. That is another one. Now there could be some blind students, right? If in your class there could be some really bright students, but they have the accessibility problem. So they rely on the computer to narrate everything for them to understand. Correct. So it's especially difficult for those students to take these courses and to um, do everything at the pace that is needed by the professor or the program. So these tools greatly helps those students to do their coursework and to learn what is being taught. Microsoft Immersive Reader helps dyslexic students read. Now, this is another kind of a problem, which is a lot of people are suffering with dyslexia. And if most of you would know it, right? Dyslexia, they cannot read. They see the letters in jumbled form. This is how they see the letters or the sentences. So if something is written in English and somebody is dyslexic, those students have a great difficulty. They cannot read what's written, right? They see the letters, but it appears jumbled, so they cannot make sense. Their brain cannot decipher it. And in that scenario, they have a great difficulty, matching the pace of the program and the instructor who is delivering the lecture. So Microsoft Immersive Reader is a big help for dyslexic students to read. Challenges faced in teaching. Staying updated with rapid tech growth. I feel this is one of the big ones where AI assistants and generative AI and all these tools are bridging the gap, and everyone should use most of these AI tools because your lectures could be much more interactive, useful, and can deliver a better content in a better way if you use these AI tools. So challenge is keeping pace with fast changing subjects, right? Technology is evolving and growing with such a fast rate, but universities, as I see for now, many universities are not adapting that fast. They're not changing their curriculum every year, but technology is evolving every year, right? So in computer networks, new devices are coming very frequently, new technologies, new protocols. This is just an example from my field. So, so what I noticed is while I was teaching this course is that AI tools help me research better about the current advancements in computer networks, their technologies, and I could integrate all those learnings very efficiently in a very optimal way to my slides. So those are the things that students need to know more about. They do not need to know much about, okay, this is the protocol and this protocol does that and all those things. They can read all by themselves if they want to, but apart from basic knowledge, the current knowledge and the technological advancements, those also matter a lot. So these tools, Perplexity AI, this is very popular one. Perplexity AI, most of you might have heard about it. If not, I highly recommend you to check it because this company is making it big time in the news as well. Perplexity AI, it's helpful for research summarization. Elicit AI, Semantic Scholar AI, it helps in personalized research updates. ChatGPT again, one-stop shop for most of your queries. Now, challenges faced in teaching, one more. So these are as per what I have researched, as per what I have found, and most of what you guys also wrote in the chat. I think you will find the answers here. Mental health and burnout challenges. Overwork leads to exhaustion. Obviously, right? Earlier, teaching and grading and all those things were very hectic, and due to those things, a lot of mistakes used to be made. How many stories have you heard about? Okay, we have very popular CBSE exams and ICSE exams, and there is this whole system of teachers checking those things in a certain way. And we often have heard stories about those teachers because everything is manual, so sometimes they are overworked, sometimes they do not just, they're just done for the day, but they still have 100 more papers to check. So who suffers? Teacher is suffering because they're overworking. However, if they're just overworked and they have still 100 more papers to check, they may end up doing it in a bad way, or they might not do such a good job as they did with the first 50 papers, correct? Because they are overworked and they're tired, they want to go home. So we have heard stories about teachers not matching the expectation of the students, or something went wrong and the student then they asked the CBSE board to reopen their examination papers and recheck it. So that is just an example, because that's a very important exam, right? CBSE 10th and CBSE senior secondary exams. So that can happen to any instructor. If they have to check everything or grade everything or give feedback to every paper, every single individual student's paper manually, and the human error, right? So there is a risk of this human error that we are making. AI also can make errors. However, for some automated tasks, they're faster than humans. Like, if there's a set question and there are set answers, or maybe a set of finite answers, then it can become really, really fast. But then again, you have to supervise. Even if you supervise with the help of AI assistant, then also you will have to do most of the work. However, the redundant tasks or repetitive tasks, those you can get a lot of help from AI tools. Okay, but still, again, a caution again, which I'm saying that you have to use your own judgment while using these AI tools, and it always have to be supervised. It is just an assistant. It is not an alternate for our jobs in any aspect. You have to check for its sanity, the answer sanity that it gave you, and you have to verify and validate the outcome. Okay, so AI tools that can help in mental health and burnout for professors and also for students is Calm, Headspace, AI-powered wellness suggestions, as Speakingcube is into mental health, right? So these kind of these are the kind of applications that they would recommend to. Notion AI, they also have their own AI application. So yeah, Sneha, maybe you should put it on the chat and let everybody see it or download it. The Speaking Cube's wellness app, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So Yeah, I have downloaded it. I have used it. It's really good. So I highly recommend everybody just try it. It gives you um, a set of meditative commands, and you can just relax and calm yourself after a hectic day of work. Okay, Notion AI, Trello AI, smart task management to reduce overload. So think about it. I want you to do this exercise right now, or maybe after this call, and maybe whenever you are free, think about it. Every day, make a list of the major tasks, the routine that you follow, right? The major tasks, those are repetitive tasks that we do every day. And think about how I can automate these redundant tasks. For an example, it could be making a grocery list, right? So most of us, we go for grocery shopping maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, right? We make a list, what we need, what we ran out of. So AI can also be used to remove your stress, to help you manage things better, to save your time without just making the same list over and over again. You can make a list, or maybe automate. Think about automating that task, like, grocery list. I should be ready with my groceries. I should not sit every day and write every time and write my grocery list from the scratch. This could be one just one problem scenario that we may face on a daily basis. So AI, think about how or what tasks are redundant in our daily routine that can be automated with an AI, right? Because these all AI applications that we have discussed so far with a challenge. So there was a challenge statement and some AI tools that can help us mitigate those challenges if we download them and start using them, right? So somebody thought about the problem first, and then they thought, okay, how can I automate? How can I devise something AI powered and which could help me uh, save my time, save my effort on this task. And if it is repetitive, then how can I automate it? So whenever there is a repetition, there's a frequent repetition of something, those are the kind of tasks that have a chance that we can automate, right? So you should also use your some of the AI powered applications, or maybe ChatGPT, to think about the repetitive task and provide a solution for those. Okay. Categories of AI tools: productivity, lesson planning, grading, engagement, interactive content, quizzes, debates. These are mostly the categories related to the teaching that we have discussed so far. So first, I gave you the challenges. Most of the challenges, maybe I'm missing one or two. So if I'm missing one or two, and you have something in mind, and you think that is the challenge that I have not covered, please feel free to write on the chat so that I can take a look. It will be a learning for me as well. And those challenges, then I listed out several tools and several AI applications that can help you manage those challenges and mitigate those challenges, basically, right? So those were the names. So now I will be going towards the demo. Categories of AI tool: productivity for lesson planning, grading, admin work; engagement for engagement, interactive content, quizzes, debates; for personalization, differentiated learning, adaptive feedback. These are most of the categories that we as professors or instructors or lecturers, we need. AI tools for assistant teaching. Okay, these are some more AI tools for assisted teaching. Co-grader, rapid fair grading and analytics. Please do check it out whenever you have time. I will share the slide. So these are one of the top apps that I'm sharing after my research that I've done. Okay, so please do check it out, and whichever you find useful, at least start using some of these free applications, and that will help you save a lot of time. Trust me, save a lot of time, stress, and manage your time better and increase productivity. So please do check it out and use some of them. Google Classroom AI, it will help you in lesson planning and student study support, and it is ideal for streamlined teaching workflows. Now, Miso, things like that. Miso, another thing is we did not cover 24/7 FAQ support for students, right? If your students are from different parts of the world and in different time zones, then this could be very helpful. 24/7 FAQ, they might have questions about your coursework, but you may not be available for everybody's time zone. You will have your office hours, right? And maybe at that time, the student is not available because that student is not in your time zone, maybe in an opposite time zone, correct? And email, that doesn't work like really well and very frequent because you may not see the email when they require help and things like that. So these kind of application, Miso for 24/7 frequently asked questions support for students, it's really good. It's good for large classes or online learning where you have students from every corner of the world. Swift score, fast, consistent feedback, and busy grading seasons. It's ideal for busy grading seasons. Brisk teaching, content transformation, and feedback automation, and it is ideal for content-rich courses. So similarly, essay grader for ultra-fast essay writing. Grade scope is for grouped grading plus analytics. It's ideal for STEM courses, anything in science, mathematics, and it's good for large classes. Persuel for social reading and engagement, seminar style reading classes. So especially if somebody is in literature, if any literature professor is there, related to language, etc., then Persuel is highly recommended for them. And Planet Teachers, lesson pack creation and marking, holistic planning needs. Planet Teacher. So it's for planning, at the beginning of any course, at the beginning of any semester, you have a lot of planning to do. So for that planning, Planet Teachers is really helpful app. Kahoot AI is interactive lessons tool, engaging classrooms delivery, streamline special ed administration, spare teachers, way structured AI facilitated discussions, sensitive topic discussions. Okay, so quickly, just wanted to iterate over this. These are some of the well-known AI tools for assisted teaching, and please do check them out and see what works best for you. All right. Now I'll start with some of the demo videos. I'm just showing you how the interface works. We do not have time for covering like all these 20 plus apps that may be useful in your area of expertise in area of teaching. However, it's worth trying them out. I just gave you the overview first of all, that this is for this section for grading. These apps may be useful for planning. Planet kind of apps are useful, but it's up to you, whatever area of expertise you have, whatever courses you are teaching, so what fits your need, you can figure that out and use it accordingly. If your biggest area of struggle in your area of teaching is grading because you are teaching big classes, large number of students, then I have listed for those kind of challenges as well. I hope it helps. So I would like to play this video. This is for lesson planning, Magic School, Eduade, Google Gemini. Google Gemini is like ChatGPT. It's the generative AI. Google Classroom. Now, if you guys or some of the professors have used Google Classroom, I know some of you have used it. Google Classroom plus Google's AI assistant is teaching magic. Absolutely, because now that is AI powered Google Classroom. So let's play this video and see over an overview of what it does.
I think there is some issue with the audio. It's very feeble.
Okay, so is it not audible or is it not visible?
It's feeble. The audio is feeble. Audio is
The
there,
audio.
but it's very feeble. Yes, it's
Okay.
very low.
All right. Okay. Then I don't know. I can fix that because it's at the maximum. Maybe it will not work as well as, like, my volume right now. So basically, just look at the screens, and this guy will just give you the demo of this interface. Okay. I just want you to take a look of how it is using Gemini in collaboration with Google Classroom to simplify. Okay. So not much to hear here, but to look at the screens and see the tabs. All right. So it will be quick.
So I'm going to go up to the picture and just open up. I'm just going to select this as you see what you can do. So at this point,
Okay. Just wanted you to see some of the tabs and interface that Google Classroom has in collaboration with Gemini. Yeah. Okay. And this is how it's showing that you can generate a quiz. Generate the quiz, target grade, you can put in number of questions you can put in, and you can give a prompt. Basically, like ChatGPT, you can give a prompt and describe the topic and the knowledge or the skills you want students to demonstrate. Okay, I'm teaching a lesson that causes of the American Revolution, whatever, to the high school history class or something like that. And then you want your quiz to be a multiple choice, true or false, short answer, long answer, what kind you want, you can just select the button, appropriate button, and then it will generate the whole quiz of 10 questions or whatever number of questions you want. So instead of making the questions yourself, instead of grading it yourself, it will do everything for you, right? And the type of questions also, and it will make really good questions as well. So for an example, he's showing this kind of a question just got generated, right? And with a multiple choice question like this, it's also going to give you the student, it's also going to show the student once they select the answer, complete the quiz, short answer, and related to the appropriate response here. Okay, so this is how you can use it and use AI to simplify your text. The generated text may have a different target grade in other tools. So this is how a professor can use Google Classroom plus Gemini to enhance their lectures, their grading, their quizzes, and automated quizzes. So I believe it's a very useful tool and it's worth checking. Okay, and you can go ahead and make your account and check it out whenever you have time. It may help you create nice quizzes. So for that reason, it's recommended. Grading and feedback, GradeScope, Essay Grader, Co-Grader. These are some of the popular tools that people are using or professors and teachers are using. Some of them may be focused towards school education, not so much with college education, some of them. However, you can check it out if it serves your purpose, it serves the kind of teaching you do. And if you are willing to, if you are interested in making interactive quizzes to keep your curriculum interactive and hence show the statistics and graphs of each student's performance, that can be highly effective in improving the performance of the classroom. So I highly recommend using it, making the quizzes, giving it to your students, online quizzes. And then once you make it, for an example, in this Google Classroom with Gemini AI, you are making those quizzes. It will also show you the graphs. So each individual student would have registered from their individual account in your classroom. You can make classrooms here, and the students can make their account and just enter the classroom. Once they will be done, you will be able to see overall class performance, and students will be able to see overall class performance as well as their performance, if they have improved, if they have learned anything, or if they have any questions. Asking the questions, asking and resolving the doubts is also very seamless. So highly recommended. Do check it out once at least. Student engagement, Kahoot, AI Persuade, Brisk Teaching. Student engagement. So quizzes, every one of these apps, most of these apps have said this, as some other studies also have shown, independent studies about human psychology. If we see the scores, if we see that I got first rank or second rank or third rank out of like 50 students, that is a big motivator. Okay, that boosts our confidence, that boosts our performance, and that also inspires other peers to perform better, because there is a healthy kind of a competition involved. So showing the statistics, showing the scores, and how can you show? By using these apps, it is easy. It's easy to show them the statistics. You do not have to do anything manually. If you just generate the automated quizzes, they will automatically be graded, and the scores will be saved, and the charts will be rendered to the students and to the instructor. So that could be a confidence booster and performance booster for them, I believe. So highly recommend this, making the class interactive. Just generate quizzes, give the quizzes, and show some graphs that, this week this student has outperformed, or things like that. Special needs and admin streamline Miso Planet AI that we have discussed. Now, grading and feedback. There is AI assisted AI assisted grading. So this is an app that I checked out, and GradeScope, Essay Grader, Co-Grader. These are some of the apps, and I'll just play this video because I want to show the interface a little bit, right? And they're showing in a very concise way. And when you will go, you will have to create an account, right? So I did not create account in all of those apps, but I just checked out a little bit. So they have made a nice video just showing the interface. So I would like to play this video a little to show you the interface and how it can help you in grading. Okay, so there's this Ed Cafe. That's another app she's talking about. So what you can do here, you can make lesson plans, you can make slides, you can create teaching resources and teaching learning materials. It's all very nicely organized here. Flashcards, you can make flashcard sets. Making it is also known to increase the known to improve the attention of students, making the flashcards, like serving a big concept in just a small question, 1 or 2 liner question format, and just show it's necessarily in a quiz format, but like flashcard, I hope you know it. So it'll show some statement about this, any concept. For an example, protocol, it will show what is a protocol. All right, and when you click on it, it turns the flashcard, it shows the backside, flips it, and shows you the definition of what a protocol is and the examples and where to use it, what's the use and how to use it. So things like that. So flashcards also are a great way to create interactive sessions. I highly recommend all the professors, all the instructors, it's my recommendation, personal recommendation. I have used it for gaining the attention of students. You can use flashcards, you can use quizzes and show them the statistics of their own performance and gradings. That is a performance booster and attention performance booster. Yeah. Flashcard, vocabulary cards, reading activity, AI image, summary note, AI speech, summary note. Okay, for some students, AI speech could be helpful, who like to, who have some visual impairment, those students who have some challenges, and they like everything that they are reading on the screen. They like to read everything. They can't read, but they like to hear on the narration on the computers. So for that, they have a feature, summary notes for the lectures. This can be helpful to many students who do not want to go to the whole deck of 50 slides, etc. for one lecture. The summary notes may be helpful and easily digestible format of your lecture notes. Assessment quiz, we have talked about YouTube quiz, assignment grader, and chatbots, custom chatbots, maybe for some FAQs. So all these features are available. And okay, so making these rubrics, a lot of you have to make these rubrics, right? At the beginning of the course, when you are designing your curriculum, some of you may have faced this issue that for every subject you have a different kind of a rubric. So how to make this? Then these tools can also be very effective in coming up with a grading rubric, and that can take a lot of load off your shoulders. So please to check these AI assistant grading tools out and check these for grading rubrics, quizzes, and statistics. The next, this is the Ed Cafe. Why teachers love Ed Cafe. Okay. All right. Co-grader. So this is another one, the co-grader, and co-grader can help you grade your students' assignments, right? So let's check a little bit about co-grader. All right, so where you have to grade your students' essays or posts, I think this can save a lot of time. Co-grader can save a lot of time and also provide feedback if you have a rubric um, according to which you have to grade the assignment. It will also go through that rubric and then grade your assignment, which is very handy, very useful, because you do not have to read all the content on your own, and you can just read the feedback, read or skim down the main parts of the student's answer, but you do not have to invest a lot of time in reading each and everything and making sure each word is right. Correct. The main idea should be right, and which it can help us to skim down. It's going to save a lot of you guys a lot of time. So please do check it out. And there is a free version of it too. This is for co-grader. All right. So that is for AI assisted grading. Now, next is student engagement. For student engagement, we have already discussed that those kind of apps may help that create quizzes, flashcards, and also shows statistics of student performance related to their grades, right? Related to their engagement, or maybe sign in or login time, or the time spent on those applications or those websites. If they're logged in, then that means they're most likely study. The active time may show that. So that could be a performance booster for most of the students. So Kahoot is, I'll not play the videos. It's also makes you familiar with the interface, like, you know, what all buttons are there and how to use it, those kind of things. You may check it out. Okay. So there is another one, magicschool.ai. It's mostly school teachers use it, and it generates a 40 minutes lesson plan in under 1 minute. So that is a big deal. Earlier, it used to be impossible to do that, right? If you have to make a lesson plan that can go on for about an hour, and it can do that in 1 minute, and then you can just check it, proofread it, and see for the content, for the quality, and for what you actually want to deliver, if it satisfies it. Otherwise, you can go ahead and try to generate it again. Add differentiated worksheets with Eduate, save 2-3 hours of prep time. Okay. So grading and feedback with AI, we have already made ourselves familiar with GradeScope, Essay Grader, auto-grade groups, grouped answers in STEM subjects, and rubric-based essay feedback in 30 seconds. It can save hours of your grading time. Okay, now grading and feedback with AI. This is what I want you to see, how we can leverage ChatGPT and generative AI for grading and feedback. All right, there will be some manual work involved, and also you have to supervise it, whatever you are asking ChatGPT when it comes to your students' curriculum, lectures, grading, and feedback, you have to proofread it, you have to check it, you have to supervise it, and not blindly trust the judgment of these AI assistants, but you have to mainly follow your judgment. Okay.
The audio is very, very feeble. So I think you can explain it, Miss
Okay.
Shikha.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was anyway stopping it. So here. Okay. So I have a question here. I hope you at least saw the screen. What that video necessarily shows is that how Ed Cafe, sorry, my camera was off. So that video that I was playing, that necessarily shows the AI tool for grading and feedback, Ed Cafe, and how they compare it with ChatGPT. In ChatGPT you have to do it manually, but it's kind of an app that is on top of ChatGPT, and you do not have to do a lot of manual commands to get the answers, to get the feedback. All right. Okay. Okay. So I hope you saw a little bit how to give the prompt if you are going for grading of essays or assignments, and to write feedbacks, how to do that in ChatGPT. Um, I want to ask you all a question, that which part of your job, which part of your teaching job takes up most time and you wish that it was automated. So I want to get some questions here. Which part of your job feels more repetitive and you want it automated?
Miss Shikha, you can stop sharing your screen. We are able to see multiple screens.
Okay. All right. So I'm just waiting for your questions that, which part of your job feels more repetitive and you wish it were automated. So then I'll just take it from there. We'll start a conversation from there. So nothing feels nothing feels repetitive, and okay, all right. So that's great to know. So, but I think it's most of the times it is grading, right? Grading. If you have a large number of students in your class, it may be grading, and so I hope so far you have learned a little bit how to use ChatGPT for grading and feedback, a little bit of it, and then supervise it, and then proofread what you are writing to your students. Yeah, I've stopped sharing my screen. Okay.
There are few responses. Neha, please take it ahead. There are few responses.
My voice is not audible. Is my voice audible? Multiple screens, student
Yes,
engagement.
absolutely audible. There are few responses in the chat box.
Okay, student engagement. All right. So student engagement, as I mentioned, my 2 cents on that is, as per this research I have done while I was looking for the AI tools for mitigating these challenges that I've listed on the slide. So student engagement can be made better by making quizzes, flashcards, and also showing students the statistics of their performance, a part of your regular curriculum. If you make it a part, I think that will greatly increase the student engagement too. Otherwise, yeah. Grading and checking assignments. Yeah, absolutely. Grading and checking assignments will take a lot of time, right? And especially, as I mentioned, if you have large number of students in your class. So there I think you should definitely start using one of these AI tools, and you should try several of them out. Maybe, something will click. Before that, ChatGPT is really raw, and that you can use to grade the assignment. Okay. So I would like to show you a few prompts how you can use ChatGPT. I'm sure most of you have used it for different things, but there are efficient and better ways of doing things with ChatGPT. There are some ChatGPT prompts that could be better, that could fetch you better results than others. And okay, Mr. Rawat writes, how does ChatGPT reshape the research skills required for next generation PhD scholars? I think it will play a big role for writing research papers and doing research studies. How? But there could be different kind of understandings around this statement. For an example, if I have to read or get some quick knowledge about a topic, right? I open ChatGPT. Most of the people I know do that, right? I work in technology sector, and we work with technology. We are designing technologies. We are writing code on a daily basis, but we also go for ChatGPT, quick answers, quick results, right? And then we have some knowledge. We may have some knowledge about those topics, but then we verify it. But that is a first go-to for us. So similarly, for research students, for professors writing research papers, it's not like we are 100% relying on it, but we before ChatGPT, we were going to internet to browse about topics too, right? And not necessarily that we will put the knowledge gained from there directly onto our research papers, because that is not desirable, that is not acceptable as well by the industry standards or education academia standards. So first is for quickly gaining knowledge or information about something, that will save a lot of our time. That saves a lot while we are doing research on any subject, any topic. For an example, let's take this topic of networking protocols, right? Maybe I'm designing a new protocol, new network protocol. So I will have to first, what will I have to do? I will have to find out that what I'm thinking is should not be already present, right? It should not be something that somebody has already thought of. If I'm thinking of some algorithm, some protocol, it should not be thought of and published already. Second, so I can go and first ask ChatGPT about that, and then do some Google research and check other legit resources, Google Scholar, and DBLP database. I can check. These are legit databases for checking research papers and studies. But ChatGPT can fetch me quick results and can guide me. I can ask for the guidance. Okay, so which are the legitimate resources online where I can check the research database on networking protocols and things like that. Okay, so we can start from there, and we can follow the. Mhm. Was anybody talking?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah,
Yes,
good
ma'am.
evening.
I was asking regarding, as I am from life sciences background, so
Mhm.
the syllabus is very vast. Sometimes you don't even know certain topics we want to discuss in the class. But as the syllabus is very vast, we cannot get everything in our minds, right? So
Mhm.
that is why we want to learn certain things, like
Mhm.
we also want to learn, but reading that and learning it takes too much time. So
Yep.
is there any AI which is helpful in understanding such kind of vast topics to in a minor way, to
Mhm.
easily we can get that? Is there any way of getting it, or is there any AI which we can use?
Mhm. Okay, so yeah, first I would recommend using ChatGPT for that, right? There's a pre-trial version. At least you should definitely, everybody on this call, if they're not using it, they should just install it. And whatever question you are asking Google, right? Ask ChatGPT. Okay, so and how you can make prompt is also very important, how you are feeding it the question. So your question was, if in your life sciences area you have vast curriculum, so how to make it in a form that you can easily consume it, right? Or deliver it to your students, right? If that is a question, so my answer would be, I understand, there most of the subjects are really vast, and if that is the struggle, then we have less time to consume it, or if we have to deliver it as professors or instructors, then still even lesser time we have. So what you can do is you can there's a strategy of mind maps, right? So for an example, in this scenario that you are an instructor and you have to deliver a course and you have to make lecture slides and all that, but you do not know where to start, where to end, because it's just so vast, right? And main areas. So what you can do is you can give um, give the book name. If you have a standardized book in your area, right, you can write ChatGPT that I'm a life sciences professor. So the prompt should go like this. You should introduce yourself first, like I'm a life sciences professor, okay, teaching this course, and you have this reference book, whatever reference book they have given you, for an example, or whatever you are reading as a reference book for your course. You can give the name of the book, because ChatGPT and all these generative AIs have already fed a huge number of books in their database, right? That's how the models have been trained. So what it will do is, and then you should write, I'm a life sciences professor, and this is my reference book, and I want to make 10 lectures out of all the book, and can you make me a downloadable PowerPoint presentation with mind maps for each chapter and the most important concepts. So I'm just giving you a basic idea, right? I can show you in writing. I'll share my screen and I'll show you a few of such prompts very soon. But basically, that's the idea. And you can go for mind maps. If you have a lot of content, a lot of content is not necessarily that is not necessarily all important, okay? Because if you look at the literature, how the books have been written or how the books are usually written, it may have a lot of words. You do not need to consume all the words. You have to consume the what you want to consume is the main content, the idea and the knowledge behind it, right? So the mind maps, when you draw the mind maps, it helps in doing that. Let me show you a little demo of it, how you can, for big, large concepts, how you can. Thank you. Thank you for joining the session, Ms. Shah. Let me share my screen real quick and show you how to draw the mind maps. I hope my screen is visible. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
ChatGPT. All right, ChatGPT. Okay, for an example, okay, so can you tell me a topic in your life sciences? Any big
Um,
topic?
yeah, let's go with photosynthesis. Different kind of C4 cycle, C3 cycle, everything comes in it. So photosynthesis is the huge topic.
Photosynthesis. Okay, so photosynthesis in like a specific set of plants or what exactly?
Okay, in terms of yeah, it plants.
Photosynthesis.
Yes.
I'm not sure about this. I know the basic of photosynthesis, that we study. But,
No
uh,
problem, no problem. I will just get the idea of making the mind maps, then I will go with that.
okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, mind maps are one thing. It is really. I use it sometimes. I will show you an example. Um, for okay. So it takes some time to generate it. So while it generates, it will not take another query. However, I can. So you also know about Copilot, right? So Copilot is also, it's necessarily Chat GPT, but we can do the same thing here. Okay, so if I put this query, so it's a textual mind map. Okay, so it is known that we as human beings, we tend to consume more information through the images. Okay, if whatever it is saying, it drew a diagram of it, it will fit in one page. And how to visualize. So let's try with that. So I wanted a visual mind map. So okay, so basically visual mind map. Um, okay, so it's not capable of, okay. So mind map will look something like this. Okay, but this is not on my topic. I was asking for networking protocol, but mind maps do a great job. So if you have this the center idea of photosynthesis, if you want to learn everything about from the life sciences perspective, whatever life sciences, whatever they have written about photosynthesis, so it will formulate it something like this. Okay, so just like cheat sheets, visual cheat sheets, and I believe it's a great idea. So ChatGPT does a great job like this. So my question was really vague when I was typing it. Even I did not understand it. So what you have to do is, if you will feed it a vague question, it will deliver a basic kind of an answer like this. I'm sure this is not what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, it's not that. I am looking for like if I will ask yeah, I will give the prompt like for master students mind map of photosynthesis, then it will convert it into the whole process whatever it is.
Yeah, correct. Right. So your prompt, that's the thing. So if you
Okay.
will feed whatever you feed it, the way you have to be clear about your question. Otherwise, it will take things literally and it will give you a prompt like that. So that is why our prompts are the things, the powerful commands that power the answer. So all that awesomeness of ChatGPT we can only see when we are giving it a question of that level. You ask it a master's level question, then it will give you a master's level answer. PhD level question, PhD level answer will come. But this was like a vague question, like maybe a second grader or
Mhm.
third grader. Draw me a mind map for photosynthesis easily. No, so yeah, there it is, right?
Okay, okay, thank you. Nice.
Yeah. So, but mind maps are, anyways, a great
Yeah,
way
easy to
of,
consume.
yeah, see, like that. So they have already made a mind map of like that. So it's, the whole book, it can easily generate the mind map. If you feed it the name of the book, that I have this book, just give the whole name or ISBN number and all that. It may actually generate a very good mind map, and you may have to take a few iterations, just keep changing the prompts. So yeah, so technology and computer science and everything in computer science works like that. So we have a saying, garbage in, garbage out. If we give a bad question, then what we get is a bad answer, right? And it is capable, ChatGPT and all the generative AI toolings and all these tools that we have discussed and seen today, they have great capabilities, but we also have to be a good kind of an asker of a question. So you have to frame your questions like that. Does paid version give us more some new features as compared to the pre one? Yes. Yes, paid has some more features, and also paid has first. I recommend you trying the free version. Use the free version, because then you will be able to, and then try paid for 1 month. Right? You can absolutely try for 1 month and see how much power it gives you. Depends on your area of work and how much you can leverage its capabilities for your day-to-day job, day-to-day work. But definitely, it's getting better and it's getting faster, and you can now read all the concepts given in one book very easily. You can consume all the information given in a complex book in a very short span of time, and it can actually guide you. You ask the questions like, make a study plan for me to complete this life sciences book, and give the name of the book, and I want to complete it in 3 days. I want to complete the most important concept from it in 7 days, and make a study plan. I have only 2 hours to study every day. So if you give a prompt like that, it will actually make a timetable for you and set me a reminder. Can you remind me every day? And if your chat GPT is open, can you set a reminder for me? It will also remind you. So, it's like your personal assistant, and everybody should use it. At least the free trial, you can use an assistant. And I mentioned about grocery list and all that. So, if you think about every day, the redundant task, the repetitiveness of tasks that you are wasting your time on every day, how you can. Okay. Metabolic pathways of angiosperms. Okay. Okay. Yeah, please do check that out after, we are done with the session. And I think, yeah, it will give you good information. Any more questions?